crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. I'm crawling around, searching for higher ground. Can't see in front of me, my enemies. I've tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. to the ground. You're dragging me. It's constantly. No, I won't make a sound. I love the pain. It sets me free. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you, tell myself that this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I hurt myself for you. On the ground, I know the truth. I know the truth. Ooh, now I'm on the ground. I know the truth. I'm shaking now, 'cause you say those things, then shut me out. Got no clue what you have found. I'm a rose in thorns, but you cut me down. It's wrong, I can't make right. I love the bird below you, tell myself that this is the last time. It's wrong, I can't make right. Slipping off in the moonlight when I knew the truth. I hurt myself for you. I know the truth. Ooh, now
Just waiting for the confirmation of that. But last I heard, it is all 20 drivers racing this evening. Let me do this. I know what I still need to do. I need to do this. Do that. Because then, when my co-commentator does eventually jump in and join us, when they've finished doing what they're doing, because I don't have Swayze tonight, guys. I know! It's a disaster. There's no Swayze. You're not going to hear Swayze say Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things. So I'm going to have to do it for him, and I've just realised the overlay's not on. Why is the overlay not on? That's better. Turn on, please, Mr. Overlay. Thank you. That's better. There we go. That's better now. Oh no! Anyway. So yes, we are 5 minutes out from the start of the first qualifying session here for Season 5 of SFR. I hope you guys are excited. Hope you guys are ready for the new season to get underway. Of course, 21 races this season. That was about Swayze. I know. Can you confirm this co-commentator is a good-looking man? I mean, oof. It's been known. It's been known, Science. It has been known that the co-commentator is a very good-looking man, but he is very, very experienced in the commentary box. Far more experienced than I am. So it should be a very, very... It's going to be an honour for me, put it this way, from a commentator's point of view, to be able to commentate with the person who I am commentating with tonight. He is filling in for Swayze. As far as we're aware, it's only a one-time thing. Swayze should be back next week. Didn't agree to come with you. Mr. Carbon, ever the charmer. Ever the charmer. So whilst we're waiting for the last few guys to get into the lobby, guys, I want to know from you guys in chat, who do you think is going to be the car that takes the championship this season in Season 5? Who are we putting our money on, guys? Before the season's even started, who are we putting our money on? Who are we backing? Who do we think is going to get the title of SFR Season 5 Drivers Champion? Is it Chris Kamara? It's not Chris Kamara. It's not Chris Kamara, Matty. I just love the fact that there's a massive guessing game going on as to who my co-commentator is. I love it. I absolutely love it. Let me put myself on Do Not Disturb. No, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to do that. And then I wanted to do that one, and that one, and that one, and that one. And then do that. Santa for the championship. Is that what you're calling yourself this year, Vapid? So Vapid's going for Santa, who I can only assume is himself. Leclerc for the title. Chloe's gone Aston Martin to win Constructors. There's Mr. Swayze. Good luck, all gutted I'm not there. Yeah, it's fine, Swayze. I can do this without you. I really can't do this without you. Is it is it Lewis Charles? It's not Lewis Charles. It's definitely not Craig Charles either. They're not in the lobby yet. I'm hoping that they're gonna... That was weird. Don't know why that suddenly appeared. Why has Quick Tongue just jumped in? Quick Tongue, why have you just jumped into the lobby? Yeah. Quick Tongue, this is a league race, my friend. Hell no, I'm in my prime and not old. So, Mr. Swayze is in chat, guys. You can see him in chat, so feel free to say hello to Swayze if he is still around. It's weird not having him in the comms box. It's weird me not doing one of my world famous intros for Mr. Swayze. But it's all good. It's all good. Swayze will be back next week. He will be back next week for round number 2. It's all good. We're just waiting for Antif Beacon to pick his car. There we go. Who are we missing? Who have we not got? Let's have a look. We are missing Goose. We are missing Kira. We are missing both of the Ferraris. We are missing Sambo and Andrew Jackson, and we are missing Dirty D. Or, actually no, that should be Meme Master. Meme Master should be jumping into the win. We're still missing 5 drivers, which is slightly concerning, I'm not going to lie. Swayze is saying Kiss Let's Go for a podium. Tom Gorian is very excited. Let's go from Mr. Tom Gorian. Mr. Tom Gorian is very, very excited about the season ahead. No Ferraris yet. We should be getting the Ferraris. They definitely checked in. They definitely completed check-in, so they should be racing. Just quickly confirm it. Yeah, Goose said he was racing. Sambo said he was racing. That is slightly concerning. Of course, we are doing a full quali. So, these guys will be able to jump themselves in during the first part of qualifying, should they need to. Hopefully it won't mess up the lobby too much. But it is 8 o'clock, so we are now just waiting for the confirmation from TES Leclerc that we are going to... we're going to get things underway. It was a very, very long trip from Donington to Melbourne. I left Donington straight after the race last night, Carbon. Yeah, jumped straight onto a flight.
Moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster.
Thank you, Sways, for moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. What are we doing? Where was I? Oh, that was it. No. Jumped on a flight, yeah, straight after the ACC race last night in Donington. Jumped on my private jet, I'll have you know. Flew myself over to Melbourne, and I've spent today getting myself ready for this evening's festivities. Of course, it is the start of Season 5 of SFR F1. You did miss last night's ACC race. It is still up on the Twitch channel. Go back and give it a watch, guys. It is going to be uploaded onto the YouTube channel after this race. So if you do want to go over to the YouTube channel as well and drop a follow, or drop a subscription, sorry, over on the YouTube channel, it will be greatly appreciated. To find the channel, just head over to YouTube and just search Supreme Formula Racing. You'll see some of the races from last season, and it is where we're going to put every single race from this season on. So every single race that we do this season in SFR, be it for ACC or F1, it is going up on the YouTube channel. So if you ever want to watch any races back, that's where you're going to want to go to pick up all of your stuffs. We're just trying to get hold of the last few people that need to jump in, as well as my co-commentator, because my co-commentator still hasn't arrived. My headset has just turned itself off. That's not ideal. Hopefully it doesn't do that during the race. It won't be too horrific for you guys, but it will be horrific for my co-commentator because he won't be able to hear me. So who are we waiting for? Just waiting. We are just trying to get confirmation that we have got the last few drivers to jump in, and then we will be getting ourselves underway. So, yeah. Hopefully, we'll be able to get ourselves underway very, very shortly, and we will start racing here in SFR Season 5. For those who are potentially new to SFR and don't know how we run things over here at Supreme Formula Racing, we will run a full qualifying session, just like you would see in real life. So a Q1, a Q2, and a Q3. We will then follow that up with a 50% distance race, which, as you can see in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, is 29 laps. So it'll be 29 laps of this world-famous Albert Park circuit. Circuit known for known for starting many a Formula One season. Obviously not the case this year, but we are happy that we are able to start our season here at Albert Park. Cam is in the chat. How are we doing, Cam? Hope you've got your Mercedes ready, my friend. Hopefully you've got everything sorted. Just waiting for the last couple of guys to jump in, Cam, and then we should be getting going. There he is. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see his name at the bottom of the screen. He's just jumped into spectator mode. I am very excited, ladies and gentlemen, to announce that my co-commentator for this evening is, as I said, a legend of the esports world. Let's get Mr. Water. Where is he? There. Review game card. Invite to the party. Let's get Mr. Water into the party. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I have been joined by absolute esports royalty here, ladies and gentlemen. Absolute royalty has joined us here in the commentary box. He is the voice of many racing leagues, and arguably someone who I do try and emulate in my own commentary. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Warder. Good evening, Gareth.
Oh God, hello. How are we all? How are you doing?
Very well, my friend. Very well. Have to get Season 5 of SFR underway. Even better that I'm joined by your good self in the comments.
I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be something different. It's been a long time since I've done anything SFR related, so I'm glad Jamie asked me.
And I think the guys in chat will agree. I think we've got a pretty able replacement for Mr. Swayze, don't you think, guys? I think Gareth's a pretty good replacement for Swayze, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, Mr. Carbon Gaming is in chat saying, "Hey, Mr. Water."
Hey, Carbon, how you doing? I just need to make sure that I've got the stream ready. I'm a bit behind because I usually have everything set up and ready, but I've got to get PC turned on and everything. Is qualifying underway, or are we still in the lobby?
Still in the lobby. And we're just trying to fill out the rest of the seats. We've had a couple of people not turn up. Oh, Matty is in chat. God help us all. God help us all, Norris is here. That's not a good thing, guys. No, I'm joking. It is a very good thing. Hello, Norris. A funny feeling I'm going to get some sort of expletive message sent on my phone very soon from Norris after that comment. But it's all good.
I think I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Well, I will let you know if I get said message. There it is. Hi, Matty. So, we've got 17 drivers. We're still missing Opposites, Akira, and a Dirty D. We are missing 2, and we're missing 3, bro. We haven't got Goose either, Dom. At present. Unless Goose is jumping in and joining us momentarily. I'm sure you are, Matty. I'm sure you are. Goose is running late, right? So we have got 18. It's not a completely full grid, unfortunately, as we initially thought we were gonna have. Oh, there is a question to Mr. Norris, whether Norris wants to jump in as a reserve guest driver for us this evening. I mean, Mr. Carbon, if you're around. I love that he does. Carbon is answering on behalf of Matty.
I mean, maybe that means Carbon wants to race as well.
I mean, I think Carbon should race. He's trying to get Norris in. I think Carbon should race as well. Just saying. Just gonna
Get both in. Get both in.
just gonna put it out there. Let's get them both in. Come on. Why not? Why on earth not? We're just waiting for the confirmation from Mr. Leclerc that we are going to get things underway very, very shortly. The drivers are chomping at the bit to get themselves in. They're readying up. They want to get going. Of course, we need to wait for the big boys at the top to ready up themselves first, and then we will be getting underway for Season 5. Finally, I've been waiting since we finished Season 4. Ever since the teaser trailers, the teaser videos went out. You guys would have seen them at the end of Season 4. Teaser videos teasing Season 5. Teasing ACC. We've had ACC. That was last night. Tonight is the night for F1. Just wait now for the confirmation that we are going to be getting ourselves underway. Come on, Mr. Leclerc. Let's get going. I can't wait any longer. We can't do it. Ooh, Mr. Raver is going to come in and race this evening. Mr. Tight. Should be cute.
So, what happened at ACC last night? Talk me through it. Obviously, I know I was there for a little bit when it started initially, but obviously not knowing ACC very well. I mean, these guys are now here for the Formula One, but I'm sure they'd want to hear a little bit of a rundown of what happened last night as well.
We had an hour-long race around Donington Park. It was the start of our ACC League Championship. It was won by Mr. T.S. Leclerc. We had Mr. Alpaca Carbon as well, Carbon Gaming TV. You can see him in the chat at the moment. Gave a very, very good showing for himself. But unfortunately wasn't able to get the win. Finished in second place. Followed by Dom the Noodle, who got himself onto a podium. Yes, you heard that right, Gareth. Dom the Noodle actually did well in a race. Actually got himself on a podium. I was in as much shock as you were when I realised he was in third place. I'm not going to lie. No. No, I am joking. Dom had a very, very good race last week. So that is every 2 weeks, guys. So if you do want to have a watch of the ACC League, it is every other week. So the next race will be in 2 weeks' time. On the 20th, we will be live from Zolder. It will be myself and Matty7Gamer, who you can see there in the Alfa Romeo, joining me in the commentary box for that one. The timer is finally now going down, guys. We are about to get underway for Season 5 of SFR F1. I hope you guys are ready. I'm ready. I'm sure Gareth is ready. The drivers are ready. The main question is, are you?
I'm never ready.
Ooh! And there is another reserve driver jumping in. It's the V1 Jord. Who's missing? So we are missing. We've missed one of the Williams. We've missed one of the Astons, and one of the Ferraris. So we've got Flying Caveman, who is filling in as a reserve driver in the Ferrari. That is a replacement for Ajax in 1903. HT1D Raver 2K8. So we're just going to call him Raver for the duration of this race. He's going to be teaming up with Constant Ryan, last season's champion, of course, in the Williams, which I would assume means that Jord is going to be jumping into the Aston Martin and linking up with Mr. Leclerc, which should be very, very interesting. As we see Papa Goose jump in as well. So we have now got a full grid. A question from Norris to you, Mr. G. Has Gareth got the keg ready?
Well, it's in the recycle bin. I've finished it. that was gone last night. So was I, apparently. But
I've heard some stories, Mr. G. I'm not gonna lie. I've heard some stories. Have they made a last minute change? I think they have made a last minute change. I think Raver has jumped into the Aston Martin. He has. HT1D Raver has jumped into the Aston Martin with Leclerc, which means George gets the Williams with Constant Ryan. I am extremely late. You're never late, Alfie. You're never late, my friend. But as you can see, guys, we've got cars getting ready to go out on track. The first car out is... It's Dom the Poodle. It's Dom Hot Poodly Noodly.
Yeah, I mean... Have they fixed the engine, Coach?
I believe so.
Oh, wow. They've actually done something.
I know. There we go. You can see telemetry now, so you can see what Dom the Noodle see. It may go slowly at the start, guys, but it will sort itself out. I promise. We did a test stream earlier. And as always, let me know that sound levels for car engines and things are all fine and dandy. Because everything is always ridiculously loud at my end. Very much reliant on you guys to make sure that our sound level is good. Norris is just confirming as well. They have fixed the engine rev glitch. It's only taken them a number of years to do it, but it has finally been done. So thank you, Codemasters. It's taken Codemasters to move to EA for the thing to actually be done, but there we go. Interesting decisions being made here by some drivers. I'm wondering whether a number of drivers have potentially forgotten that we are doing full quali because they've gone out on medium.
I always forget that it's full quali for SFR, which is a nice addition because you get so used to it. Like the short format, but these guys they think differently to most of the other leagues out there.
Indeed. Most leagues, as Gareth suggested there, do run with a short qualifying session of 18 minutes. But we do things a little bit differently here at SFR. We like to do full quali. We like to make sure that everyone gets the full experience of the world of Formula One. You see Dom the Pot Noodles times at the top of the screen. Comes into the 11-12 chicane, which will probably claim many a victim this evening. I'm very tempted to take bets on who we think the first person to die in said chicane is going to
Sambo.
be.
Definitely Sambo. No, interesting, because Lesko was trying to overtake Dom to start his lap quicker than Dom was. But obviously couldn't get past the Russian Haas and had to do his lap time second. So maybe it's put Kislesko off a little bit.
Potentially he is a tenth and a half down. Dom the Noodle comes in with a 1:22.4. Not quite sure where he's pulling a 22 out from. I'm going to be completely honest. Who have we got? Nick. Hey, that's going to be Sambo. It is going to be Sambo. Sambo comes across, goes P3 with a 1:24.5. Braveheart with a 1:26.5. Oh, Norris is also saying Sambo. Again, hopefully, guys, the capture card should sort itself out shortly. It did earlier on when we ran the test stream. It was a little bit laggy to start with, and then it sorted itself out. So hopefully, it will do the same thing now. If not, I will cry. And no one wants to hear me cry.
Well, Cal17 F1 has managed to put himself P3. That's an Alpine. 2-3 at the
we
moment.
have a casualty. Oh, we have a casualty. And a 5-place grid drop for Dom the Noodle. V1
What on
George
earth went on
is
there?
out of the session. We'll jump on with Sambo just to see if we can hopefully see what has happened to George's car. Hopefully the game doesn't take the car away before we get it. That is a very, very interesting place for a car to go. It's on the braking zone for turn 14.
I think there was maybe some contact beforehand, and he's crashed there. So
Potentially. I'm pretty sure I did see on the race director as well that Dom the Noodle did pick up a 5-place grid penalty. He has. Dom the Noodle has picked up a grid penalty for a collision with V1 George. that is going to change things. Dom the Noodle now having to start 5 places lower than wherever he does qualify. We shall see what that does, whether that changes what Noodle does. I know Noodle does like to do a Q2 on medium tyres. But of course, if he's not as fast as some of the others around him, as Adam Lee puts in a 1:21.6, Tom Gory in a 1:21.3 in the Red Bull. Who have we got against?
Yeah, Tom straight away. I was looking at both the Red Bulls drive through the last sector, and I think that's where Tom is actually quicker than his teammate.
There we go. Hearing it first from Mr. Gareth himself. Got a time on the board. You did indeed, Matty. You did indeed get a time on the board. You're currently P7. Very, very good, my friend. Well done. Ooh. That's Sambo in a wall.
Unsurprising.
Sambo in a wall with no front wing. Oh dear. I don't know, Jack, because it was fine earlier when we did the test stream. I don't know what's changed. I've not changed any settings. I don't know why it's doing it. Really, really weird.
Have you been able to? I know it's midstream, but take the HDMI cable out of the. Yeah, sometimes I know my old HD50 used to do this occasionally, and that's what I did to fix it.
Give it a little test and see what it does. Screen may go black for a second, guys. Just bear with. Plug that back in. Let's see if that makes a difference in any way, shape, or form. Might take a few seconds to get itself back, guys. Hopefully, it should have sorted things. We hope. We really, really hope. Streaming room has turned into an absolute form. Let's get the fan on, otherwise I'm going to die.
We don't want that to happen.
We've got a yellow flag. We've got a couple of cars having a little bit of a battle. It's a slow-moving car. Who slowly moving? Raver? No, it's not Raver. I'm not sure who it was, but it was whoever it was. They were having a little battle with Mr. Will. They were having a little battle with Mr. T.S. A Big Will. Right, I think the capture card is good now. Thank you, Mr. Gareth, for that wonderful little tidbit of information. We'll do that next time. Start playing around.
I occasionally come up with a good bit of information here and there.
The Big Will goes P7. Go on. T.S. Big Will, the man that...
Papagoose is looking quick.
Let's see what Papagoose is doing. P8. Improves by 8 tenths. 22.4. In fact, no, goes up to P6. This didn't update properly on my screen for a few seconds, but we've got Tom Gorin leading the way at the moment. WRS Cam in second at the moment. Adam Lee, TM Kirby, who is going very, very slowly. Hope everything's alright. Potentially in low fuel mode. Oh, Vapid goes P2. Go on, Vapid! Caveman has retired from the session. Has Caveman crashed? Oh, Caveman's crashed. Caveman has very much crashed. Just missed Raven. Go to Christo. Christo's going to be the next person. Caveman currently in P15. I wouldn't say that. Caveman, I'm going to assume he got a little bit too close to the curbs in turns 1 and 2. We'll jump on board quickly. Oh, car just disappears from the right hand side of the view. That's where we did lose Caveman, unfortunately. Oh, we've got a Haas going slowly. Is that Keegan? No, it will be Don the Noodle. It's not Don the Noodle. It is Don the Noodle. Dom Noodle has validated his lap time. Shock. So with 7 minutes left in Q1, the drivers who when I can speak English, goodness me! The drivers who we're going to lose at the moment are HT1D Raver, Leclerc, but he is on an outlap, TS Science, and Constant Ryan, along with V1 Jordan's Vapid Coop goes pole. Well, not pole, goes top of the timing screens, I should say. Now I believe, Vapid has gone back to driving on pad. I know he has recently picked up a wheel, but I'm pretty sure I saw a post a few days ago from Vapid saying that he was going to drive pad. But he didn't feel confident enough on his wheel just yet. So keep an eye on Vapid Coop, guys, because he could spring a surprise as Mr. TS Big Will has channeled his inner Ferrari, completely lost his front wing, and is very, very much struggling to turn this car. Fortunately, that McLaren has turned into a bit of a boat carrier.
Yeah, I was just looking on board, and well, he's definitely beached a little bit on the sand there through the final sector. I'm sure Will get used to it and keep pushing forward. But I haven't seen anything from Leclerc yet. I'm on board with Matty at the moment, but I think Leclerc is a little bit further. I think invalidations is hampering Leclerc's qualifying so far.
Right, possibly. Dom the Noodle goes P5. Obviously, with that 5-place grid drop, he's going to really have to try and get himself as far up these timing screens as he can throughout qualifying. As Gareth does mention, it is a lap invalidation from Leclerc. So we will have to go again as we move into the final 5 minutes of Q1. Of course, Leclerc
I know Jamie's quick, but
he is.
The first to last challenge is going to be very difficult with the likes of Vapid and Tom, even WRS Cam. And last season champion not even set a time yet.
Indeed, Constant Ryan, he's on an outlap now. He's about to start his first flying lap. We have a saying here in SFR. If you've been here for a few races, you'll know what that saying is. Is Constant Ryan about to do Constant Ryan things? Which normally results in him putting his car at the top of the timing screens. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. That could potentially hamper things. It was just the Alpine of... I think it's going to be Cal. Yeah, it was Cal getting out of the way.
Yeah.
Of Mr. Constant Ryan. So Leclerc is going again.
No, it's a bold move from Leclerc. He has to get a lap time in, but he also doesn't want to waste tyres. So, yeah, you've got to... Thankfully, these tyres aren't going to be used in the race at the start of the race. That's the next round of qualifying. But, I mean, looking at everything going on, Kieran, you know these guys a lot more than I do. Obviously, Constant Ryan's a big name, but who else is going to cause problems for those guys?
I mean... So you've got Constant Ryan, obviously last season's champion. Leclerc was up there. Vapid finished second last season as well. So it's nice to see Vapid back up there, especially as I know during our pre-season testing, Vapid was really struggling with the game. But he seems to have picked up his pace now, which is always good. As we see Constant Ryan now on the run up to the line. He's going to cross the line, and he is going to do Constant Ryan things and drop into the 120s. Swayze's not here, chat, so I'm going to have to do it for you. Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things. Leclerc may just have to put a cautious lap to even get a time on the board. Maybe Carbon. Where is he at the moment?
He's just invalidated his second lap, so he has to do something this time. Big drop zone problems for Leclerc.
Big drop zone problems. We could lose the man who finished third last season in the first part of the first qualifying session of Season 5. Now that's something I never thought I'd say. But at the moment, as you can see, TS Leclerc in that drop zone, the only car still out on track not to set a time.
It's nearly as, I don't want to say embarrassing, but vital of, going back to the 96 champion Damon Hill He, in the next season, in the Arrows, nearly didn't get a qualifying. It wasn't allowed for the race because his Arrows nearly missed out on that 107% rule.
Did indeed. Leclerc looks to be lining this one up pretty well. So we'll see what Jamie can do. Can he finally link up a lap? I think he is. He's on the run down to the final, or to the finishing line now. He crosses the line, goes P2 with a 1:21.086. Constant Ryan has retired from the session. He has done all he feels that he needs to. He is very much safe in this first qualifying session. You're going to start seeing a lot of drivers now start doing this. Damn, Vapid in second. Shock. Vapid needs to go back to wheel.
Sorry. You wonder if how much quicker Leclerc would have been if had he not had 3-lap-old softs on.
It is a very, very good point that Mr. Water makes there. Those tyres are 3 laps old now. So he will obviously get a fresh set for the next set. I wonder if he will Spinella. I don't know. I think Sways. I think Vapid's back on pad. So I don't think so. The drop zone as it stands is Matty 7 Gamer, SC Cristo, Raver, Sambo, and we have unfortunately lost Jord as well. We will see what happens. Matty is... he got damage? I think he has. Yep, he has big damage. He has no front wing. So unfortunately for young Matty 7 Gamer, that is going to be the end of his qualifying here in round 1. He's not going to be able to get himself back out in time. We'll see. Cristo put in a 1:24.1, not enough. Sambo is going to retire as well. Raver, oh, he's going to lose a bit of time there. I think that's going to wreck his session as well.
Sambo crashed.
Oh, Sambo crashed.
Turn 2.
Yeah, you can see it there, bottom left hand, bottom right hand corner of the screen. Oh, Raver's gone round. Oh, that was a big hit. Big hit there. For those who are querying the potential damage model we are using, my memory serves me correctly. We are on its standard damage with a reduced damage rate. So, standard damage meaning all parts of the car can be damaged.
Oh no! Cristo, just as he was coming around to the line, I spun it.
Oh, so unlucky for Cristo there. So that is going to end Cristo's qualifying. 5 cars that we lose: Matty 7 Gamer, SC Cristo, Raver, Sambo, and V1 Jor. Constant Ryan obviously at the top of your timing screens because Swayze's not here, so I'll say it again. It's Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things.
Now, odd one. Is it Antiv Beacon?
It is Antiv Beacon.
I was going to call him Antiv Bacon then. He set his lap time on mediums and he's only, 5/10 off of Constant Ryan? Is this new to the league?
He is new to the league. It's the first time we've actually seen Antiv Beacon.
Ooh.
He did previously go by the name of VSG Beacon, so people may know him as VSG Beacon rather than Antiv Beacon. But he is a new driver to SFR, and this is, as I said, the first time we've actually seen him in any SFR session. So, very, very interesting. Constant Ryan, top to timer screens in Q1. Leclerc, Vapid, Tom Gorian, Antiv Beacon, Dom the Poodle, WRS Cam, Adam Lee, Kizlesko, deciding to represent Spain this year. Kirby, Big Will, Papa Goose, Cal, and Sainz go through to the next session. We are only going to have 14 in the next session because, of course, Caveman did crash as well. So only 14 going into Q2, which means we will lose 4 cars in Q2. This is the one that matters, though, guys. for those guys that want to get themselves into the top 10, because whichever tyres you finish this qualifying session on are the tyres that you start the race on. So expect to see a lot of people potentially use the mediums. Why would you do mediums in Q1? I don't know, Cam. Suppose the only person that you could ask for that would be Beacon himself.
I wonder if Beacon just didn't fully gather the rules and go through that way, and maybe he's now realising that he's made a mistake, or maybe he just wanted to show off a little bit. You know, these guys that, you know, there is egos in the esports world, and maybe it is just to flex a little bit. Strategies around this track can vary.
They can indeed. It'll be very, very interesting to see what sort of strategies people do employ. So looking at the moment, Kirby is out on softs. Beacon, has he gone back out on that set of mediums? He has. He has gone back out on that set of medium tyres. Ooh, this could be very, very important.
I am focused, don't worry.
I mean, maybe he went ultra hard setup, so he had that spare. I say ultra hard, just the harder setup, so he had that spare medium set. That could be a possibility as well.
Very true, very, very true. Didn't think of it that way. He could have set himself up for a second set of medium tyres. Spun in the second class corner. Yeah, we saw Christo. So unlucky, my friend. So unlucky, bud.
And I think he might have broken into the top 14 there as well. I think Christo was going to knock. Was it Signs?
It would have been Signs.
That was 50.
It would have been Signs who was in that position.
So interesting to say. As Dom says, he's weird hearing me as the co-com, and to be honest, this is where I started co-coms. I was always the one sat back and letting the leader do the leading. I mean, when you've got someone like Nuthead as your leader, you just let him talk.
You do indeed. I very quickly learned that in commentary dubs with the wonderful Xbox Nuthead. You let him talk, let him do his thing. Where is Mr. Kirby? Yes, Mr. Kirby. Let's have a watch of Kirby as he's coming through Sector 1 in that Alpha Tauri. Obviously, last season, Kirby was in the Renault. Should also say thank you to Carbon Gaming for those 5 bits. Really, really appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for those bits. Matty7 Gamer enjoyed that qualifying session. Glad to see you enjoyed that, mate. Your first real taste of a full qualifying session here in SFR. But yeah, Kirby last season in the Renault teamed up with Big Will. This season in the Alpha Tauri as the team owner. Did finish in one of the top 10 spots, so was able to select his car and his teammate for this season. Went with Christo. So it should be very, very good. Very interesting to see what happens there. What I will quickly do, I'll run you through the teams that we have got, guys. So the Mercedes team, as Kirby puts in a 1:23.616, that is the time to beat so far. Let's go. In fact, Cal's gone even faster, a 1:21.8. So very, very good lap time there. Big Will splits the two. Antiv Beacon's had a spin on the run up to the line. That's not going to help his race. That's not going to help his qualifying session. As Kislesko goes fastest with a 1:21.6. Currently an Alpine front row here in Q2. So, the Alpine team, as you've just heard there, are Kislesko and Cal17 F1. Cal is a new driver to SFR this season. So, it'll be the first time we are seeing, well, first time we're seeing Cal in a proper race setting anyway. We jumped into a couple of the pre-season testing sessions that we did in Bahrain to test damage models and things like that. Yet we do not. Papa Goose is gaining on one of the Alpines very, very quickly in that Mercedes. So whilst we don't have anyone setting lap times other than Antiv Beacon, but I don't think he will set a lap time now after that spin. The teams are, as we said, the Alpine team is Kizlesko and Cal17 have won. The McLaren team, TES Big Will and his team owner Vapid Q. The Mercedes team owner WRS Cam 10 and his teammate Papa Goose. Last season's champion Constant Ryan decides to stay in the Williams for this season. He is teaming up with V1 Jord for tonight. I'm not sure whether that's going to be a permanent thing or not. That will need to be confirmed. In fact, Beacon does go instead of lap time. 26.0 on medium tyres. I think you can start to see the tyre wear there now. That's a whole 3.1 away from Big Will. Beacon takes avoiding action.
Sorry.
No, jump in, G. Jump in.
No. Papa Goose was coming through. I think that was turn 3 there, and Jamie getting out of the way of, or Leclerc, sorry, getting out of the way of Active Beacon nearly pulled right in front of Papa Goose. I saw him come across and then take avoiding action, and yeah, I was just, yeah.
A little bit of a worry there from Gareth. Papa Goose has unfortunately invalidated that lap time, so he's going to have to go again. It's not ideal for Mr. Goose. He wants to obviously get as little use out of those tyres as he can. But we've mentioned the Mercedes team. I suppose let's go and mention the Red Bulls. Tom Gorian and Adam Lee. Tom Gorian with the first seat there, so he is the unofficial team owner. So by team owner, what we mean, guys, is the people who finished in the top 10 of Season 4 were given the option to pick their car and their teammate for Season 5. It was done in championship order in terms of cars for the top 10, and then reverse championship order for their teammates. Matty's just gone Valenda in chat. Acknowledging Mr. Matty 7 Gamer.
Ooh. Turn 1 is going to, well, turn 1 to complex is causing a lot of people to invalidate at the moment.
To be honest, that's not the corners I was thinking was going to catch that many people out. I was assuming that it was going to be 11-12, the chicane. But looks like 1-2 is also claiming a few victims. Where is Leclerc? There is Leclerc coming through. Turns 11 and 12 now, as I just mentioned, those two corners. But it's been a pretty strong lap, to be fair, for Mr. Leclerc. He's got the Mercedes in front of him. Is that Goose? It is Goose. So we will sit with Goose. Adam Lee does put himself in P5 with a 123.6 on those soft tyres. Goose now on the run up to the line. He's going to want to nurse these cars back, nurse these tyres back after this lap. A 122.7 as Leclerc puts in a 21.9 on medium tyres. So that is two very, very good lap times there by those two drivers.
Yeah, Kizlesko looking like the man to beat at the moment, but TS Signs did have a purple sector 1 while you were concentrating on the two that have just crossed the line. But I'm not sure what Signs can do, but he's looking pretty rapid. I think he may be a P5 at the moment.
He crosses the line, it's P8. 23.8 for TES Science. As Dom the Pot Noodle goes P4 for a matter of seconds before Adam Lee takes P4 away from him. We're into the final 6 minutes now of qualifying. The 4 drivers we are currently about to lose are Antiv Beacon, Tom Gorian, Vapiku and Constant Ryan. Tom Gorian no more though. Tom Gorian goes P5. Antiv Beacon just moving out of people's ways. He's leaving the pits. Vapid is on a flyer now. Surprised Antiv's on the soft tyre. Well, he obviously wants to try and get himself through to Q3 Carbon. And on those medium tyres, obviously not able to do it. He did run those mediums in Q1 as well. That is also the thing you need to bear in mind and remember as we're watching Vapid as he's coming through Sector 3 now. Looking a lot smoother on his inputs. I think he has moved back to his pad. I could be wrong. He could be on his wheel. But I know he was definitely talking about his pad. Vapid up to the line now. Goes P8 with a 22.6.
Is that going to be enough?
I don't know. Constant Ryan is coming out now. He's just started his hot lap. Come through sector 2. DRS open. ERS in hot lap mode. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. That was someone in the chicane section of turns 11 and 12. We're going to stay with Constant Ryan. 27 second sector 1. Very, very strong sector 1 there by Constant Ryan. Let's see what he's able to do in sector 2. He's going to potentially run into a little bit of traffic. Called a Vapid Coot if he's not careful. We'll jump into an onboard view with last season's champion. You just see how smooth he is on those inputs. No wasted motions. No part of the track that he's not afraid to use. Uses every single part of this track that he can. Vapid moves out of the way. Constant Ryan now coming up to the final couple of corners here at the Albert Park circuit in Melbourne. Around the final corner now comes Constant Ryan. Is he going to get himself into the top 10? DRS is open, crosses the line, goes P5. That is enough for him. And that puts Papa Goose in the danger zone. Kirby has retired from the session. I think Kirby may have crashed. I think Kirby's crashed.
Yeah, he has.
We jump on with Will. Will's going to be the next person to come up towards him. There he is.
Yeah, no front left.
No front left tyre, so he's lost it. Coming through the little chicane section there of like it turns 9-10.
Vapid's in trouble.
Ooh, there's Antiv Beacon. Puts himself top of the timing screens. A 120.7. Nearly a second faster than anyone else currently on track.
Yeah, he's had to go for a different setup, I think, because of messing up his medium runs with that spin early on. So he's going to be a different strategy. But will Big Will knock his teammate out of the top 10?
Yes.
He does.
Ooh, this could be tasty in the McLaren garage. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left. There is enough time for Vapid to come out if he wants to. It looks like Vapid is going to slap the soft tyre on. Potentially go for it like that. Papa Goose staying out on those mediums. On an out lap. 2 minutes left now in Q2. The drivers we are currently going to lose are Vapid Coot, Papa Goose. We are definitely going to lose Kirby. According to Kirby, has crashed out of qualifying and sight. These guys really need to get everything lined up perfectly for these lap times if they want to get themselves out of Q2. Leclerc's happy with P5. He doesn't think he's going to drop out. He is going to retire from the session, as is Constant Ryan. We expect to see the guys near the top potentially retire themselves from the session. They've done what they need to do. Don the Noodle was just put in a purple sector 2. He's 8/10 up on his time at the moment. This could be a very, very good time for Don the Noodle.
He was purple in sector 1 as well, so he's looking incredible at the moment. Finding very, very smooth movements through each of the corners. So, like you said earlier with Constant Ryan, he's not losing much in the input.
Run up to the line now comes Noodle. Where is he going to put himself? He puts himself P2! And that puts Adam Lee into the danger zone now. Both the Husses are through to Q3. Vapid is about to start his hot lap now. 27 seconds left of this session. We'll jump to Adam Lee, who's just started a lap. Ooh, Adam Lee's on the go slow. I don't think Adam Lee is going to push for the time. I think Adam Lee
So-
is going to try and hope and pray that none of the guys behind him put in a faster lap time. Sykes is half a second up. Papa Goose is 4/10 down.
He invalidated.
And he has invalidated. That is going to be Papa Goose out of qualifying. So at worst for Papa Goose, it's going to be P14. At the moment, it is still P12. Sorry, P13 even. He is going to come into the pits now. We'll see what Sykes is up to. He's going to be the next car we're watching. He needs to get himself into those 22s if he wants to get himself into Q3. Is TES Sykes going to be able to put one of those Alfa Romeo cars into Q3, into that top 10 shootout? Run up to the line now. You can see he's burning away that ERS. Got that DRS open. Is he going to do it? He goes P10. He has gone P10. And Vapid, Adam Lee, and Papa Goose have all jumped into the pits. Sykes is through, Gareth.
Incredible. Vapid was on for the fastest time of the session, but he invalidated at 14, and that's given Signs a reprieve. But Adam Lee must be gutted that he messed up that.
What a lap by TES Sykes. Saves himself with mere seconds left in the session. What a lap by the Australian. And yeah, as Gareth said, very, very unlucky for Adam Lee. It's going to be interesting to see what has happened there, whether it was just potential driver getting in his way or whether it was just him losing a little bit of that car. Oh, well, Noodle is in chat and has gone, Adam is going to claim I blocked a lap. Well, we'll leave that for the stewards, Noodle. We won't comment on that now. But as you can see, Beacon, Noodle, Kislesko, Cal, Cam, Leclerc, Constant Ryan, Big Will, Tom Gorian, and TES Sykes through into Q3. Adam Lee, Vapid, Papa Goose, and TM Kirby leaving us in Q2.
Yeah, Dom is correct. I've just checked the Discord. Dom is not wrong. But yeah, interesting. Top 10 now, top 10 shootout. Dom obviously with that 5-second penalty to, 5 grid place penalty, sorry, to come as well. What is going to happen?
I don't know. The horses look really, really fast. To be fair, everyone here looks really fast. Two of the new drivers, of course, to SFR this season, in Antiv Beacon and Cal 17 F1, both getting themselves into Q3 in their first qualifying sessions of SFR. So potentially a couple of little dark horses there. Don Omar killed. Don Omar has confirmed that Vapid is on the pad. I know Vapid did say he was gonna jump back onto the pad, but I didn't know whether he'd confirmed it or not. Carbon is saying Antiv Beacon for pole position. Bold statements there by Mr. Carbon.
I'm thinking Kislesko, Antiv, and Constant Ryan for a shootout for that top spot with Leclerc and maybe WRS Cam as outside choices as well.
Where is Gareth's prediction? I mean, I know it's going to seem like a bit of a cop-out answer from me, but he just does Constant Ryan things. Yeah, see, Norris has said it. Ryan, Constant Ryan for pole. He's going to do Constant Ryan things. I know he is. We'll keep an eye on Constant Ryan. First, we will watch Kislesko. He is the lead car here in Q3. 12 minutes of qualifying left. Carbon is saying Antiv Beacon, Constant Ryan, and Dom the Noodle as his top 3 for qualifying. Whew, that's going to be interesting. Both passing.
I mean, Dom's got some serious pace, but I think... Kislesko's lost it.
That was a bit of a Yeah, he's going to back out of that lap. We'll jump down to Constant Ryan.
Yeah, I think Dom, I think he might push it a bit too much. Obviously, a little bit of controversy in the second qualifying session. Always kissed the wall there, Constant Ryan, through turn 10 there. But yeah, I think Dom might. Well, I hope he doesn't. But I think he might see a little bit of red mist in this one, especially with that 5-place grid penalty to come as well. I think he'll just push it a bit too hard.
We shall see. Well, as Gareth mentioned, Dom has got that 5-place grid penalty for the collision with V1 Jord in Q1. So we will have to see where Dom finishes, and wherever he does finish, he will drop 5 places from there. Constant Ryan is going to be setting the time to beat, and that time to beat is a 1:20.887. Kozlesko puts it to 27.3. Don the Noodle 21.7.
Nearly a second behind Ryan.
Will 21.9. Cam goes second with a 20.9 as Leclerc. I think is, where is Leclerc?
He's just past Cal, who is facing the wrong way from a spin at turn 12.
Not ideal. I think Science may have potential validation on that. Or he was on his way out of the pits. I'm not sure. One of the two. We're going to watch and see. Oh, Antiv Beacon 120.5. There is very much sped. 120.8 by Leclerc. 64 thousandths of a second between T.S. Leclerc and Constant Ryan. We have someone
Mental.
going quite slowly. I think it's
I think that's Cal.
Cal is coming into the pit.
Oh, okay.
There's Lesko on the run up to the line now. He looks to be going a little bit faster than he did last lap. Crosses the line 121.4. That's P6 for Kozlesko as it stands. Let's see what TS.
I'm surprised Kozlesko did that lap.
Yeah, I would have potentially come in and just got ready to slap another set of tyres on, but Science 22.3 stays P9. And Cal is in the pits at the moment. Going to change things over, put a new set of tyres on. As it stands though, Antiv Beacon on provisional pole position. T.S. Leclerc in second.
Carbon was right about that so far.
He was.
Sorry to cut you off.
Not a problem at all. I'll take that time with 4 lap odds off. So Dom has done the little strategy that he likes to do, which is use his Q1 tyres again in Q3 for his first lap. It gives him 2 shots at fresh tyres, should he choose to use them.
I mean, it's a smart strategy, really. You've got nothing to lose at this stage. The only problem is, if he took a bit too much and popped one of his tyres. That's happened before. But, he's got to make these strategies work. And if it's... He's got to very much sit in his own game right now, because he's got a lot of... I don't want to say a lot against him. It sounds like the whole world's against him. But there is a lot of things, going to be going on in his head.
It will indeed. Cam has also set his time on used tyres. Hungarian is now coming into the pit. We'll jump on board with Cal 17 F1. The only car yet to set a time in Q3. We'll see what Cal can get himself up to. With 5 minutes, just over, left. You do have a 5-place grid penalty at the moment, Dom, so you will be starting P12 as it stands. So I'm expecting you to go out and look to try and improve that a little bit more. So let's see what Cal can do. Coming up to the line now, crosses the line and is on his flying lap. Jump on board with Cal 17 F1 in the Alpine. Lovely little whine to that Alpine little whistle. Listen to that whistle as it
like the car.
decelerates. Beautiful, beautiful sound.
I think I'm one of the only ones that doesn't like this Alpine.
You don't like it?
But no, I don't. I like the yellow of the Renault. I probably will end up turning to like this car eventually, but I did like that yellow of the Renault. Constant Ryan is out much earlier than I thought he would have been, to be honest. I suppose he's going to leave him time. If he does mess up this lap, he can come into the pits, throw on a new set maybe, and go for it.
Indeed. Now 48.7 for that second sector. Very, very strong here in the Alpine. The Alpines were very, very strong in the pre-season testing that we did. They were always up and around the top of the timing screens. So we shall see what Cal can do. His teammate Kizlesko is currently in P6 on 2-lap-old soft tyres. Cal rounds the final corner now. DRS open, pushing as hard as he can, gets every little bit of this car. Goes just behind his teammate. That is P7 for Cal. 17 F1. Oh, and he's had a spin. Oh, bit of damage there to the wing. Luckily, it's not a tyre blowout, which is a plus. He's gonna make sure that he does move. And you don't want to go too far backwards. Oh, and that's what happened. He's tried to spin himself around and just wasn't able to do so, and that is now Cal disqualified from qualifying. So he will start P20, guys. He will start right at the back of the grid behind Jord. So right at the back. It's going to be a last to question mark challenge for Cal 17 F1. As we were watching Cal, Constant Ryan has put himself on provisional pole with a 120.2. Beacon comes into the pit. Interesting.
Yeah, he invalidated.
Yeah. Ham.
And WO.
Well, no invalidations yet.
I feel.
He's going quite slowly. So
I am stupid. I am stupid.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel Cam's gone quite slow through that, so I'm not sure what was going on, but I think Big Will's just about, is it just about to start his lap time, or just about to finish it?
Finish his lap time. He's gone about 3.5 tenths quicker. And he's gone above Dom the Noodle, so that's Big Will up into P7. Dom the Noodle has really got to try and push this car now. And he's much, much slower. He's nearly 6 seconds slower on those tyres. Sorry, on that lap time. That's not going to help Dom the Noodle. Of course, he has got that 5th-place grid drop that he needs to take come at the end of this session. Where is Kizlesko? Kizlesko is there. Coming into sector 2 now. Got a yellow flag. This car's going a little bit slowly. Will and Sight. Constant Ryan has retired from the session. Constant Ryan has retired in the pit. He has done all he feels he can. Antiv, Beacon and Leclerc are both on outlaps. There is a very, very strong chance as Cam retires from the session as well. Because Lesko retires as well. A very, very strong chance.
Because Lesko is not happy about the curves on this game.
He's not. I know he doesn't like them. Sights is going very, very slowly here.
He isn't on outlap, so maybe he's just getting himself set up. Make sure there's enough gap between him and Leclerc, just in case Leclerc loses it. But Tom Goran, 20 seconds of the qualifying remaining.
Here comes Science. He crosses the line. Is Tom Goring going to be able to get across the line in time? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Is Tom Goring going to cross the line in time? 0. He did just as the flag drops. Tom Gorian crosses the line. This lap will count for Tom Gorian. This lap will count. Beacon did not cross the line in time. Beacon is done. Leclerc is up on his time.
Signs has crashed as well.
Science has unfortunately crashed. That's not going to help TES Science. Leclerc 700ths of a second up on his time as we speak.
Validated.
So that is him out. So Constant Ryan, the only person that could wreck Constant Ryan getting pole position is this man here, Tom Gorian. He's a 10th up on his time. That is going to be a 21.9. Going to put him level with Cam at the moment. He's going to have to try and find a good 5/10 if he wants to try and take an additional 5/10.
I am stupid. I am
He
stupid.
wants to try and get there. Noodle is playing I Am Stupid by Charles Leclerc. I'm assuming that... Oh, Tom Gorian invalidates! Tom Gorian has invalidated. We'll see what the time would have been. It would have been a 20... He was fast though. He was 3/10 up. It would have been P3. It would have been P3 for Tom Gorian, but he invalidates. Constant Ryan takes the first pole position of Season 5 here in SFR. And Dom the Noodle is going to drop down to P13 following his 5th place grid penalty. But those are your Q3 times, guys. Constant Ryan on pole. Antif Beacon joins him on the front row of the grid. Leclerc in 3rd. Cam in 4th. Tom Gorey in 5th. Kislesko in 6th. Big Will in 7th. Science will jump up to 8th. Dom the Noodle will drop down to 13th. And Cal, with his disqualification, will start P20. As you see from TS Leclerc in the chat there, 21.09 is our start time. Whew, what a qualifying session.
Wow. Incredible. I think that was a lot easier for Ryan than he was expecting, to be honest, because Leclerc, Beacon all didn't really set a proper lap time through that last stint of qualifying. Kislesko, again, I was expecting him a little bit higher up. So Ryan going pole, as Swayze, I think you've been saying, says, Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things. He's got himself on pole and looking very strong.
He is indeed. Constant Ryan gets the first pole position of Season 5. So 21.09 is our start time, guys. So we've got a couple of minutes before we go live. This will certainly make the race interesting, Carbon. I think it looks like I arrived in time. You did indeed, Mr. Lightshock. Mr. Lightshock is in the building. How are you doing, Mr. Lightshock? Hope you're well, sir. I hope you are well. In fact, what we're going to... I need to close that. Quite a few people dropping in. Nicky Naders is also in it. Hello, I'm good. I'm very well, Mark. I'm very well, mate. I am very, very well. All the better for seeing you in chat. So for those who are just jumping in, it is Constant Ryan who is starting this race on pole position. Antif Beacon on his debut here in SFR joins him on that front row with TS Leclerc in 3rd place. Mr. Gareth, who are you putting in for the win?
This is so... it's such a difficult question. Not knowing a lot of these drivers, but also knowing the history of Constant Ryan. If he keeps it clean, he's without a doubt a chance for this win. As long as he doesn't mess up anywhere or gets hit. I still think Kislesko has got a lot to offer, but I mean Jamie and Active Beacon still has a part to play in this as well.
They do indeed. Now I know I went for him in quali. I'm not going to go for him in the race though. I'm not going to go Constant Ryan for the race. I think we are going to be having a chat with a new driver this evening in the post-race podium interviews. I think that Antif Beacon is going to win this race on debut. We've had the first ready up. It is 21.09. Antif will get Ryan into T1, predicts Carbon. Omar says if there isn't a safety car in the first stint, then Ryan's going to win. Bold, bold statements there by Omar. We shall see. 10 seconds to go before we get our first formation lap of SFR Season 5 underway.
I don't know if you're ever playing anything in the like any small clips, so I find it difficult sometimes not to come in. But I'll when there is a little bit of silence, I will try and fill the void. But you've asked the question a lot earlier than I do to my co-coms about who's going to win. I usually leave it until the last corner, so they don't have much time to think about it, and it's just that it's first come first serve on all that. But safety cars here are not uncommon, so they're it's possible. But I think Ryan's got the pace. Active Beacon's got the tyre to start with, but I think if Constant Ryan can just keep up with him, then I think that pace is just going to be taken away from Beacon there.
Indeed. Well, those are your tyre choices. You can see them on screen there, guys. Constant Ryan, all the guys in the top 10, obviously with their Q2 tyres. But Vapid Coot, starting on the hard tyre. Hards for Vapid, mediums for Goose, softs for Poodle, mediums for Kirby, softs for Caveman, mediums for Matty, mediums for Christo, softs for Areva, mediums for Sambo, and mediums for George. Oh, okay. Cal didn't. Cal actually starts P9, despite getting disqualified from the session. Interesting.
I think that could be because he was disqualified from that session, so he gets to the end of that grid.
Potentially.
I think that's the reason there. Dom being forced onto a set of softs as well because of his qualifying in the top 10. That was always going to be the problem for Dom.
It is indeed. It's a very interesting call by Vapid. Very, very interesting call by Vapid. Says Mr. Lightshot. As you can see, the cars are getting ready to line up. We are about to go racing in Season 5 of SFR. I have waited since the end of Season 4 for this. Everyone coming into their grid slots now. We will watch V1 Jord. Very, very late reserve fill-in after a couple of drivers were unable to jump in and join us this evening. As we wait for him to take his spot on the grid. We are now going to wait for those famous 5 red lights. 5 red lights are on. And it's lights out and away we go here for Season 5 of SFR. Constant Ryan has gotten off to an absolutely storming start here. Antiv Beacon not able to keep up with him. He's run wide into turn 1. Antiv Beacon has run wide into T1. Cam's really taking advantage of Antiv Beacon dropping rapidly down the grid. That's not going to help him. That's not the start he wanted. In that Haas, Cam inherits second place. Leclerc up into third. Tom Gorian in fourth. Big Will currently in fifth. Kislesko in sixth. Cal is dropping down as well. Cal's down into P11. We've got the timing glitch. Thank you, Codemasters. Nice to see that you fixed the revs glitch, but you still haven't fixed this one. Oh, no. Big crash. Big crash. I think that was, it was Cal. Ooh, big loss of wing there by Cal. That's going to force him into the pits on lap 1. Caveman up into P11 now, battling with Papa Goose. Very good.
One thing I will say about the start.
Oh, Goose has spun it! Oh, someone else has spun. Was that Raver has spun as well?
Raver's gone as well. Same place.
Synchronized spins by Papa Goose and Raver there.
God, they think they're in the Olympics. But, you know, WRS Cam had an incredible start. Caught Leclerc sleeping off the line. Cam went full Bottas and got the better start. Antiv Beacon, is now only just ahead of his teammate. He's down 5 places.
He is indeed. We'll have a quick look at the position changes. You can see the big winner is George. He's up 8. Up 8 from P20. Very, very good start from him. And the biggest loser, unfortunately, it is Cal. He's dropped down 10 places. He quite a few cars in the pits now. I think they're all coming in to repair damage. Adam Lee, Kirby, Matty, and Cal, as we've had, is that Sights? Oh, Sights has spun, and he's lost his front wing. That's not going to help the Alfa Romeo team. Matty's just had to come in himself to change some things. Oh, Sights is out! Sights is out of the session. That lack of front wing, that lack of downforce has been his undoing. Sights is in the wall. We've had our first real casualty of Season 5 in SFR. Ooh! Kirby's gone too! We've lost Kirby as well. In the same corner. 2 casualties in the same corner, G.
That's crazy stuff. I'm surprised there's no safety car at the moment, because that is the place for it to be. Really, it should have come out, but Kozlesko battling away with Beacon for 5th place at the moment. Beacon just doesn't have the right area to overtake it.
It doesn't. DRS has now been enabled. Light shock in chat. Consistency is key with this game. Been saying it for ages. It is indeed. Omar is not happy. Omar's not happy. We've lost Sights, we've lost Kirby. 2 very, very early casualties, and we have picked up our first penalty as well. Tom Gorian, if you had him in your sweepstakes for the first 3-second time penalty of Season 5, congratulations, you are a winner. As Tom Gorian picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Jumped down a little bit. Well, look at Kozlesko, because he is now trying to hunt down Tom Gorian. Of course, last season Kozlesko...
I've got to...
Oh, yeah, go on.
I've got to give Dom the Noodle a lot of credit here, because he was about 3 seconds behind his teammate. He's now right up against him. He's obviously got Caveman to his trouble as well. But this is kind of falling into Vapid Coot's territory right now. He's in 9th place with a set of hards, and nothing's really going on around him. He's just doing what he needs to do.
He is indeed. Who's that round? Sambo's round. It's not ideal for young Sambo.
Shock.
He's not got any damage. I think it was just a little bit of a spin there for Sambo. Kozlesko within striking distance of Tom Gorian now pulls to the right. Is he going to try and go for the move down the inside? He's not going to yet. He's going to just sit behind Tom Gorian, bide his time. Don't want to get too close though, because Dirty Air is an absolute killer in this game. I have suffered quite a bit. Oh.
Dom has not. Oh, he is. He's just gone up the inside of his teammate at turn 6, and there is no team orders going in at House right now.
There is not indeed. We'll give a little bit of background on Dom the Noodle. Initially signed up as a reserve driver this season, due to work commitments. His situation has since changed. He has been able to take a full-time seat. Interestingly, the original driver for the Haas team to team up with Antiv Beacon was none other than Dom the Noodle's brother, Semper HD. Semper HD has had to pull out of a full-time seat because of work commitments. Dom the Noodle has now become free on weekends. So we have swapped the 2 drivers round, and Dom the Noodle has taken the lead car at Haas in place of his brother.
Typical that. Absolutely typical. Tom Gorian is really struggling with those. And there's Adam Lee being lapped now. He's not having the best of times at all. But those mediums are not working for Tom as much as he would have hoped right now. And Kozlesko is getting frustrated, and Beacon nearly losing it at turn 5.
Indeed, under pressure from his own teammate, of course. Dom the Noodle hunting down Antiv Beacon, trying to get that P6 from his teammate. Got a yellow flag in sectors 1 and 2. Is that? Who's that?
Christo has been caught where Sainz and Kirby has gone.
Ooh, don't want to get in the way there, Christo. Ooh, that was a bit risky for the AlphaTauri there. We're all through. Everyone is through unscathed. Big Will takes P13 away from Christo. Christo is going to have to come into the pits and repair that damaged front wing. We are 5 laps into this Australian Grand Prix. A season opener here of SFR Season 5. On to lap 6 now. Constant Ryan still leads the way. WRS Cam in second with Leclerc in third. Kizlesko and Tom Gorin getting very, very close to one another now. Surely we're going to see the utilisation of that DRS. We're also going to potentially see it from Leclerc. No such move done by Leclerc. Oh, Beacon!
Oh, no.
And Dom the Noodle up the inside of Kizlesko. Kizlesko is now falling down the order. Down to P8 now. Caveman gets him as well. That is 3 places lost by Kizlesko in one corner.
And that all started with not being able to make the move on Tom Gorian, and I'm sure there will be a steward's inquiry on that one as well, because it was a little bit of a late defensive move there from Gorian, in my opinion, but it is what it is, and Kizlesko has lost 4 places because of it.
It is indeed a big, big drop in position for Mr. Kizlesko. We are watching Big Will at the moment as he's hunting down Sambo. This is for P11. Will versus Sambo through turn 9 as Raver picks up a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Will surely not going to look to make a move on Sam into the 11-12 chicane. He's not, but he is going to get much better traction out. We're going to jump on board with TES Big Will. He's got DRS open. He pulls to the left around Sambo. This should be a nice easy move for the McLaren of TES Big Will, and it is. That is Big Will up into P11. We're going to jump a little further up now, though. Flying Caveman looking to potentially make a move on Dom the Noodle. Dom goes a little bit deep. He looks to hold on pretty well, though. Very, very good defense there by Dom the Noodle. But this is just opening up the door for Antis Beacon to be able to pull away and pull out of that DRS range of his teammate. Meaning that Dom the Noodle has all of that work to do to try and catch back up to his teammate.
Yeah, it seems like Dom tried to make a move around the outside of turn 13, and since then he's just lost a little bit of momentum, which is causing Caveman to reel him in a little bit. And this is giving Tom Gorian that little bit of lack of pressure. Oh, Beacon's lost it through 12, and that's the gap gone again, and Beacon's got a lot of work to do.
Indeed, Leclerc is still hunting down Cam. Cam now has a 3-second time penalty as well, which will be applied at the end of the race. Oh, Jord! We've lost Jord! Jord is out, and there is the safety car! Oh, and that has helped Kizlesko so much! The safety car gets called out as Dom the Noodle, Caveman, and Kizlesko are rounding the final corner. They're all able to jump in and get off those soft tyres. That was so lucky for those 3 drivers there.
God, absolutely. And will the Ferrari stay behind? Yeah, he does stay behind the Haas. They had to do a little bit of grass cutting to do it, but they managed to do it, and it's helped them massively. And it will. I mean, they probably won't want to go to the ends on these hards. It's possible, but they might be screaming a little bit. So Vapid Coot advantage, maybe Vapid Coot really out of this.
Yeah, definitely. Vapid is on those already scrubbed in hard tyres. Currently in P6, a very, very good start. Of course, we do things a little bit differently here in SFR. We're not like most F1 leagues where you only get points for the top 10. No, not here in SFR. We like to use the MotoGP point system. So the top 15 drivers will pick up points here in SFR. So even those guys like Adam Lee, who has had a really, really poor start to the race. Was that someone going round? Thought I potentially saw someone go round there, but I didn't. I think it's just moving through the cameras quickly.
So is it, it's 25, 20, 16, 13, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, isn't it? That's the point system, GP.
It is indeed, and fastest lap is open to anybody. Fastest lap is open to any driver. So if you are Adam Lee and you are listening to the stream, Adam, keep going because you've only got a couple of places to make up and you've got yourself points. And of course, that fastest lap is open to anyone. George's in the chat there, a week away from the game and a shot reminder. The curbs, no likey. Gutted, but we move. We do move indeed. Unlucky, George. Very, very unlucky from you, bud.
Dom's in the pit again.
What is he doing?
Set of mediums.
Interesting call there by Noodle. Potentially under the impression that the safety car is going to be out for a little bit longer than initially thought, and now wants to try and run a set of... Surely he can't run mediums to the end from here. It'd be very, very...
Unless he wants to pace, because if he goes double medium, if he's quick, mediums are a better tyre around here than the hards. And those hards are going to die towards the end, especially for the likes of Cam, Ryan, Beacon. Those tyres aren't going to be nice. And if he can get the jump on them off the start, he's going to have... I mean, it will be difficult, but he's going to have a good opportunity to have some racing. Maybe he's doing it for that reason.
Potentially, we did miss Constant Ryan and Cam diving into the pit, so T.S. Leclerc leading the race so far. We are now all under the safety car. We're just waiting for the rest of the pack to try and catch themselves up. Last car to pick up the safety car at the moment. Oh my gosh! Adam Lee receives a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags and is then disqualified for ignoring yellow flags.
He went into the pits.
That is very, very strange.
I don't get that. Don't get that at all. Tom's pitted as well.
He has. I'm going down into P11 now.
Flying Caveman went onto softs. Interesting.
Adam Lee has unfortunately left the session. Very, very unlucky there for Adam Lee. An interesting one. Let's have a quick look at the race director and just see actually what happened there. Because it all happened so quick.
I think he was trying to unlap himself. Which, to be honest, this game should have.
It should. So, yeah. He got a drive-through penalty for ignoring yellow flags and then was immediately disqualified. Very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. But,
So,
we lose... Not that I would wish this on anybody, but if we were to lose one more driver, providing everyone else finishes, they're all guaranteed points.
that's a positive as such, but yeah, we don't really want to lose another driver.
We do.
Just looking at the way this is going, I think Jamie is very much hoping for another safety car, staying out at this rate. And then I'd say the same, Flying Caveman and Dom the Noodle probably want another safety car as well, because the rest, well, it'll be interesting race, because these people will be being chased down by people on fresh tyres at the end. Christo's just unlapped himself.
Let's see if it does the same thing for Christo that it did for Adam Lee. It has not. Christo would have been disqualified by this point should the game have not wanted him to do so.
That makes no sense, then, does it really?
It doesn't. I think Matty may have had a little bit of a moment, because he was very close to getting to the back of the pack and is now a corner or two away. It's going to be interesting to see now whether the game is going to wait for Christo to come all the way back round and join back up to the back of the pack, or whether the game is going to let these cars go at the end of this lap. Because we've been out for think it's been out for about 3 laps now. So the game mechanic in the previous game
lap 8.
was normally that the safety car would come in after 3 laps. We shall see. Christo is just... Yeah, there is. Safety car is indeed coming in this lap. That was a very, very early call. Well, no, I should know.
Usually does do it on the...
about it, yeah, that's where Sector 3 starts. So Leclerc paces the field.
Just Australia is one of those tracks.
Australia is one of those awkward tracks that leaves a long time for a lead car to be able to pace the field on a safety car restart. Leclerc leads, Vapid in second, Constant Ryan third, Cam fourth, Caveman in fifth, Beacon sixth, Kizlesko seventh, Dom the Noodle eighth, Papagoose in ninth, Big Raw 10th. That rounds out your top 10. Tom Gorian, Sambo, Raver, Matty7 Gamer, Cal17 F1, and Christo. As we are about to go racing. When does Leclerc go? Is he going to Valtteri Bottas this? You know what? I think he is. He's going to wait till just before the line. Leclerc now goes. We are back under green flag conditions. We are racing once again. We're going to quickly drop back down towards Raver, who is dropped. He's lost a lot of time. Cal has got off to a very, very good start there. Very, very good restart there by Cal. Cam is up, battling with Constant Ryan and Vapid Coop. Beacon, Caveman, Kizlesko. Everyone, they're all battling with each other. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got a car around. I think it's Matty. It was Matty. I don't think there's damage on that Alfa Romeo. We'll have to wait to get a good look and see if there is any. No, there is no end plate damage, which is all good. But Cam takes Vapid. Vapid now under pressure again from multiple people. They're not going to go 3 wide into the chicane. Surely you can't go 3 wide. Oh my gosh! Constant Ryan gets Vapid. Caveman is now pushing on Vapid. He is on the soft tyre compared to the hards of Vapid. And he gets past Vapid Coot. And now trying to hunt down Constant Ryan is Flying Caveman, the reserve driver in the Ferrari. Ooh, that was a nice little interesting start, G.
Yeah, and it's given Jamie a massive opportunity at the start. He's pulling away. He's 2.5 seconds from Cam. Obviously, those guys battling him. And with Flying Caveman doing that strategy as well, he's causing a lot of issues for the people here. And Kizlesko got caught by Dom the Noodle. So Dom the Noodle's up into P7, and he's right up against his teammate yet again.
Caveman looking for a move in on Constant Ryan. He gets that move stuck in as well on the run into top turn 3. Raver picks up a 5 second time with a 5 second time penalty. When I can speak English, for speeding in the pit lane. Oh dear. Raver has potentially gone one too many over on his pit strategy.
Oh, Vapid's been pushed out, and he's now off the track at turn 9 with Active Beacon, and he's dropped down to 9th place.
As indeed, Raver has accidentally put wet tyres on. That's not going to help matters for Mr. Raver. Still, these two Hasses battle. Dom the Noodle, Antiv Beacon. Pickled Avenger is here as well. Oh, come on, Caveman, this is great fun. It is. Up into P3. He's got himself on the podium, and he's looking to make a move on Cam. Pulls to the right on the soft tyre against the hards of Cam, and that is Flying Caveman up into 2nd place here at this Australian Grand Prix.
He is flying at the moment, and he did the ballsy manoeuvre to go around the outside of Constant Ryan into turn 3 as well. Not showing any respect to the last season's champion, and up into P2 now, and well, he's fast catching Jamie as well. That's going to be huge.
Yeah, indeed. We'll have to keep an eye on that gap between Flying Caveman and TES Leclerc. We're watching Kizlesko at the moment, trying to hunt down Dom the Noodle, who in turn is trying to hunt down his teammate Antiv Beacon. Antiv Beacon picks up a 3 second time penalty. That's not going to help his cause, as Tom Gorian makes a move on Papagoose. That's Tom Gorian up into P10. Goose is under a bit of pressure here from Cal as well. Is Cal going to be able to make the move on Papa Goose? He is. That is Cal up into P11. Papa Goose dropping down to P12 now from P10. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. Is that Christo? No, it's Raver.
It's Raver.
It's Raver on those wet tyres. The game put him on the wrong tyre. That's not going to help his course. So he's going to have to come back into the pits now and change those tyres. 1.4 seconds the gap between Caveman and Leclerc, as Caveman puts in a 23.9, the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Papa Goose has been able to make a move on Cal once again. Cal is going to try and hunt back now at Papa Goose. He's going to have to do it without DRS though. He's going to have to just do it on pure pace. He's going to hope that Goose goes deep. Goose does not go deep. Oh, Cal spun though. Oh, Cal's gone. Cal is out of the race. He's lost that front left in turn 2. Is that going to be another safety car? It's not. It's just a yellow flag. Just a yellow flag for now. Is the game going to upgrade it? I don't think it will. It would have done so by now. Constant Ryan picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Advantage Dom the Noodle for the race win then. Everyone picking up penalties around him at the moment, but T.S. Leclerc still haven't pitted, and there you go.
And you've spoken too soon. Commentator's curse there for Dom the Noodle from Mr. Order. Fortunately, that's a 3-second time penalty, but we said keep an eye on the gap between Caveman and Leclerc. It was 1.4 at the start of the last lap. It's now 4/10. Caveman on softs has DRS, not much ERS though. Is he going to potentially just line up the move? I think he is going to line up the move. Use the second DRS straight to his advantage. He's got that rear wing open. He pulls to the right. He's going to have the inside line into turn 3. This is going to be for the lead. Flying Caveman takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. It's Big Will.
It's Big Will
dropping down. He's had a little bit of a spin. That's not ideal for Big Will. Down into P10 now, and he's going to be coming under pressure from Matty7Gamer very, very shortly as Goose comes into the pits, puts a set of hard tyres on.
Crazy, absolutely crazy stuff going on. But Flying Caveman really in a quality position right now. He's going to throw on some mediums, I believe, at the next pits for him, which will probably be lap 20, maybe 18, that kind of window, I think. Him and Leclerc are fighting for position.
In Leclerc, obviously still yet to pit. Probably helped Caveman there in terms of trying to make that overtake. Leclerc is still on 15 laps of medium tyres. They are the mediums that he started the race on. The only other car to be on the same set of tyres that they started this race on is Vapid Coupe, currently in P8. I would expect to see Vapid jump onto a set of soft tyres. Leclerc, I would assume, will do the same. As we know, Leclerc very, very good at looking after his tyres. Pigwood Avenger says he'd go 18 for the pit stop for Flying Caveman, so we'll keep an eye on that. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1.
It's Beacon.
Oh, and Dom the Noodles picked up a penalty for a collision with Beacon. 5-second time penalty for Dom the Noodle for a collision with Antis Beacon. Could that have been mutiny in the Haas team? Fortunately, we didn't pick it up on stream, so we're not able to see what happened there. We've got a yellow flag again in sector 1. Is that Goose? It is Papa Goose. Papa Goose is at a spin out of turn 2. Not having the best of races at the moment is Papa Goose, but he will continue to race because, of course, the top 15 in SFR pick up points as Kislesko makes a move on Dom the Noodle. That is Kislesko up into P5 ahead of the Haas driver. Christo picks up a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. As Leclerc is in, Leclerc comes into the pits now at the end of lap 17. What tyres is he going onto? It is soft tyres. Soft tyres for Leclerc. He is now arguably going to be the fastest car on track. Christo is on the hards. Down in P14 at the moment. Vapid has also come in. Vapid has fitted the mediums. Vapid has gone onto the medium tyre rather than the softs. Leclerc has gone onto softs. So Flying Caveman lead.
It might be down to confidence.
Potentially. Antiv Beacon's looking to now try and make a move back. Move on Dom the Noodle. Dom made the move on Antiv Beacon last lap. Got a 5-second time penalty for his troubles. Beacon goes up the inside. Ooh, pushes his teammate off track there. That was a nice bit of aggressive driving there by the Haas team, showing there's no love lost between these two drivers. I think this could potentially be a bit of a rivalry between the two teammates for this season. That's going to be something interesting for me to watch this season. Ooh, gotta love a little bit of rivalry as Sammo gets overtaken by Vapid, who has Vapid up into P11 now. Looking to hunt down Matty. 7-second gap between himself and Matty 7 Gamer. Constant Ryan getting so close to Cam. Now he makes the move with the DRS assist. He's obviously going to get DRS. Oh, Cam gets very close. But he's going to get DRS for this second straight as well. Double DRS straight here at Australia. You have to remember that. 1 detection point, 2 activation point. Oh, Ryan's lost it! Ryan spun! Constant Ryan has spun. That's not going to help. He loses a place to Kizlevsko as well. Kizlevsko up into P3. Cam re-inherits second, and Caveman 6.7 seconds ahead of WRS Cam at the moment. Just doing his own thing, enjoying life, as Tom Goring is now looking to hunt down Dom the Noodle. Please behave, you two. For crying out loud. There was a little bit of a battle between these two last week at round 0, our little pre-season practice race that we did in Brazil. These two did have a big, long race, long, strong battle. Did unfortunately end in disaster for Tom Gorian. He's going to get the better traction out of turn 12. He's going to make that move on Dom the Noodle. He makes it stick. That is Tom Gorian up into P6 now. Noodle with all of the work to do if he's going to try and catch back up. He's got Leclerc 6 seconds behind him. Whew. Doesn't matter where we
I think this is where Dom needs to just go back into the pits, put a set of softs on, and like take five seconds just to realise what is going on, and just maybe relax a little bit. Leclerc going fastest of all, which is unsurprisingly, and well, Kizlevsko at the moment, he's in a really good chance of winning this Grand Prix. I can't imagine Flying Caveman is going to the end. I don't think he can he?
I don't think so. He's getting very, very close to puncture territory if he did try to do it. So we're expecting Caveman to come in. We've got a yellow flag in sector 3. It's Raver spinning on those hard tyres, not having the best of times in the Aston Martin there. As Caveman picks up a 3-second time penalty, he's got 7.5 seconds as a lead at the moment, so it's not going to damage him too much. But we're going to jump to Constant Ryan in P4, trying to hunt down Kizlevsko. Got a yellow flag in sector 1, I think. Is that Sambo? I think it may have potentially been Sambo. It was either Sambo or Matty. Vapid has got past Matty now, so that's Vapid up into P8. Looking to try and hunt down his teammate. There we go, Caveman's in the pit.
Pit for flying.
Caveman comes in. Cam will inherit the lead of this Grand Prix with 9 laps to go. Where is Caveman? He's going to come out. He comes out on medium tyres. He didn't have a spare set of softs. He's going to file back out P7, P8? P7, I think. Yep, P7 just behind Leclerc. As Kizlevsko makes a move on Constant Ryan. Is Constant Ryan going to come back? He is going to come back at Kizlevsko. Constant Ryan holds on to second place. But this is always opening up the door now for Antiv Beacon. He is within half a second of Kizlevsko. He is going to take advantage, or look to take advantage, of any potential mistake that are made by these two drivers ahead of him. As Dom the Noodle does indeed come into the pits for that set of soft tyres. He's going to go for the extra point for the fastest lap of the Grand Prix as Tom Gorian picks up another 3-second time penalty. Let's have a quick look at the penalty situation.
Nasty.
Ooh, Cam and Constant Ryan with 3 seconds worth of penalties. Antis Beacon with 6, Tom Gorian 12, Caveman 6, Will 3, Dom the Noodle, Papa Goose with 3 apiece, Christo with 5 and Raver with 6. There's going to be a little bit of chopping and changing once everyone crosses the line. But we're going to watch Antis Beacon now with DRS, of course, because Glesso has DRS on Constant Ryan. As Raver picks up another 3-second time penalty, all 3 of these drivers are on pretty similar hard tyres as Leclerc puts it on 23.196, fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far. Antis Beacon, is he going to look to line up a move? No way he's going to look to go around the outside of turn 3. He tried to channel his inner Caveman, thought against it in the end. Going to look to try and hunt down Kizlesko once again though, as Christo picks up a 3-second time penalty as well for multiple warnings.
These guys in the battle, second to fourth, need to start realising that they're losing ground to WRS Cam battling away. Kizlesko will lose the lead, well, has lost the chance of a win because of Constant Ryan's battling with him, and now Active Beacon as well. Yeah, I don't think Constant Ryan's going to catch Cam. Cam just needs, well, catch and pass Cam. Cam just needs to make sure he doesn't get a penalty.
Indeed, they have got the same number of penalties, so providing Cam doesn't get another one and Constant Ryan doesn't close up the gap a little bit too much, WRS Cam could potentially get a race win to start off season 5. We're going to jump to Leclerc. He is hunting down Tom Gorian now. He's got DRS.
He doesn't need to. I was going to say he doesn't need to pass him. He can stay behind him, but I think Leclerc is going to think that he's got enough pace in that car to get into the battle for the podium places, and I think he does.
Yeah, definitely a possibility. He's going to pull to the right now into turn 3. He's going to get the inside line. Tom Gorian shuts the door there a little bit too much, I think is probably the easiest way to say. Leclerc was definitely in there, and Tom Gorian should have been somewhat aware of his peripheral vision, but we'll leave that to the stewards, because that's their job. They're the ones that deal with that sort of stuff. So we're going to jump back to Antis Beacon, who is within a third of a second of Kizlesko now. Surely a move has to be done out of the chicane here if Antis Beacon wants to try and get himself up into the battle with the guys ahead of him. Ooh, a little bit hairy out of turn 12. A little bit shaky. He's lost a little bit of time. It's not going to enable him to make that pass just yet. And just a reminder, that is the penalty situation. So if Antis Beacon wants to keep that third place, he would need to pass and bridge a 6-second gap to Kizlesko with only 5 or so laps to go. It's going to be very, very tough for him to be able to do that. We're on lap 24 of 29 here in the season open for season 5 of SFR. Hopefully you guys are enjoying what you are seeing. Caveman now looking to potentially make that move on Tom Gorian. There is Beacon making the move on Kizlesko up into P3.
I think there was a lag spike.
Oh,
I just nearly had a heart attack because Beacon went into the back on my screen of Kizlesko. And yeah, that's the move done, and he's got a lot of. He needs to catch back up. In fact, for Beacon to, or for Cam to win this race properly, I think Beacon needs to start fighting Constant Ryan.
He does indeed. Gap is 2.5 seconds at the moment for Antis Beacon. He's got to try and see if he can catch up to Constant Ryan, last season's drivers' champion. There's Mr. Norris in chat. And hello to the wonderful people of the SFR family. Thank you for joining us, guys. 18 of you currently watching our season opener. Hopefully you guys are enjoying these races and these battles as much as myself and Gareth are in the comms box. As Flying Caveman is still looking to try and hunt down Tom Gorian. Tom Gorian on those 14-lap old hard tyres. Caveman on those fresh mediums. Only surely got to be a matter of time before the move is made. Leclerc puts in a 22.9 fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Here comes Caveman up the outside of, or the inside, sorry, of Tom Gorian into turn 1. We've had a yellow flag. Is that Beacon? It is, it's Beacon! Oh no! Antiv Beacon has dropped away. Leclerc now up into third. That is
Leclerc.
interesting. I'm not sure what happened.
When did Leclerc get past Kizlesko? I think that's been a major issue, turn 2, for a lot of drivers. So I think he's just lost it there. But yeah, crazy flying Caveman now is in with a chance of causing some problems for the podiums. It's not gonna, with his time penalties, he's not going to get it, but at least it will cause some more fighting to see on screen of Active Beacon. They're really struggling to keep those tyres cool.
Indeed, those are 16-lap old hard tyres, we should say as well, so the wear on them is probably going to be quite significant. So potentially screaming out for Antiv Beacon to potentially change those tyres. I don't think he will. He'll obviously go towards the end of the race, unless of course they are worn to a point where he wants to try and go for that fastest lap. We'll keep an eye on Beacon as Vapid, battling with his teammate, gets Big Will. That is Vapid up into P8 now. Nice little showing of points.
Not the race he would have wanted.
It's not. It's definitely not the race that Vapid Coot would have wanted. Beacon has decided to stay out. Tom Gorian now looking to try and potentially come back out flying Caveman. He is within a second. He is only one of only 2 people who does have the possibility of DRS advantage at the moment. The other being Big Will, who we've jumped back to now. We'll see if he can potentially try and make a move on his teammate. Of course, Vapid is on much fresher and faster tyres. Only 8 laps on those mediums compared to 18 on Big Will's hards. We are on lap number 26. Oh, that is going to change things. That is going to change things massively. Cam has picked up another 3-second time penalty. And Constant Ryan is within 3 seconds of Cam.
Hold your horses though, because TES Leclerc, sorry, is 2 seconds behind Constant Ryan and he's still flying. Still, it could be a double opener weekend win for TES Leclerc from ACC to F1.
It could be indeed. I think if my calculations are correct, all Leclerc needs to do is make about half a second on Cam. He's got 3.4 the gap at the moment. He can get it to within 3 seconds of WRS Cam. Leclerc will take the race win on penalties. Kizlesko could be in with an outside chance of the podium here. He needs to try and close up to Leclerc a little bit more. If we look at the gap to leader, he can make 8/10 up. Kizlesko will gain that position from Cam as Beacon picks up a 3-second time penalty now. Quite a few drivers with time penalties. Matty 7 Gamer, one without, one of only 4 cars on track yet to pick up. Caveman needed to pit earlier. Leclerc got the undercut, says Pickled Avenger. I tend to agree with you there. I could tend to agree with you there, Pickled Avenger. Leclerc is definitely the man on form if last night's ACC race was anything to go by. He's on the soft tyres. He is going to be hunting down Constant Ryan. Not able to use that DRS just yet. We'll jump back into broadcast camera. Go ahead, G.
I think Kizlesko is going to be under threat down the second straight.
Look. No moves just yet. Caveman, here we go, looking to make the move on. Kizlesko goes around the outside, similar to what he did to Constant Ryan a few laps ago. He's done it again. That is Flying Caveman up into P4. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It's Tom Gorian. Oh no, we've lost Tom Gorian. It's too late for a safety car to be called out now. We'll have a look and see what's happened. Oh, he's in the wall out of turn 3 into turn 4. That's not going to help his race. Unfortunately, going to drop down into 15, but unfortunately not finishing the race, so won't obtain any points. That's going to help Dom the Noodle. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Not sure what that yellow flag was. I think it potentially the game moving Congorian's car. Matty could be.
Oh, look how close the top three are.
These guys are so close. 1.8 seconds separates the top 3 cars. We are on the final lap of the Grand Prix. Is Leclerc going to look
Jamie,
to make the move on Constant Ryan? You heard Gareth there say wait. Just a little bit of time. But here we go with the DRS assist. Not close enough yet to make that move. Technically speaking, he doesn't need to make the move. He can just sit behind Constant Ryan and he will pick up the race win here in Australia.
What he should have done was stay on the normal line and not actually go to the outside. I know it cools the car, it is meant to cool the car a little bit, but it actually hindered his progress through turns 1 and 2, which helped Constant Ryan defend.
Indeed. Oh, we've lost Raver. Raver has retired. He's lost it potentially out of the hairpin. He has. Oh, he's in the wall, out of the hairpin, out of the chicane. That's not going to help him. But here,
oh, he's gone for it.
Leclerc's gone for the move. He's got the move. He's made it stick. WRS Cam is going to cross the line in P1, but unfortunately isn't going to keep the race win. But we'll watch Cam as he crosses the line, and then we'll jump back to the man who is going to win the race. TS Leclerc wins the Australian Grand Prix. Constant Ryan into second, doing Constant Ryan things and wrecking his car. Cam holds on to third. Kizlevsko gets fourth. Caveman in fifth. He's going to hold on to that as well with his penalties. Beacon going to come round and potentially, well, he's going to lose a position to Vapid Coup.
There's 2.
He's going to, here we go. There is Vapid finishing in 6th. Antiv Beacon finishes in 7th. Will in 8th place. Dom the Noodle is going to finish in P9. And Matty 7 Gamer, the man who only picked up this game a few months ago, and by that I mean the entirety of the F1 game, raced 1 race last season in SFR, didn't do too well, but he's going to get himself a top 10 to start season 5, sorry. Matty 7 Gamer finishes in P10, but of course the top 15 all get points. It will of course be the top 13, the guys who have finished will all get points. Caveman picks up driver of the day. Would you tend to agree with that, G?
Caveman, I think, gave us the most entertaining, but I mean, you've got to look at Leclerc as well. He's had such a great race and driven it brilliantly. It was staying out. People were saying, like, I was questioning him staying out as well when everyone else pitted, but yeah, it's between the two of them. I can't say which one.
There we go. But those are your race results. Cam's in the chat. It's not easy when your COVID jab kicks in halfway of the race. That was hard, I can imagine. Cam, have you been able to pick up a mic yet? If so, do you want to jump in and join us for a podium interview? But TS Leclerc picks up your race win. Constant Ryan finishes in second, with WRS Cam finishing in third place. Kizlevsko in fourth, Flying Caveman in fifth, Vapid sixth, Antiv Beacon seventh, Big Will in eighth, Noodle ninth, Matty in 10th, Sambo finishing in 11th, Papa Goose 12th, Christo 13th, Tom Gorian and Raver both classified as they do finish 75% of the race in 14th and 15th places respectively. Cal 17 F1, Adam Lee, V1 Jord, TM Kirby and TAS Science. Unfortunately the guys not able to finish this race. Is there a driver of the day interview we'd like in real F1? There is not, unfortunately, Caveman. Just the podium interviews. try and see if we can get the guys into the party. Have a little chat with the guys. Where is Mr. Leclerc? Where is Mr. Leclerc? Where is Mr. Constant Ryan? How do they still not have Constant Ryan as a friend? You mean they finished at least 60%? True. You know what I meant, Don. Recently played with. There we go. Let's go and get Mr. Where is he? We'll invite Cam just in case he has been able to pick up a mic, and then of course Constant Ryan. There is Constant Ryan joining the party. Get everybody turned up so everyone can be heard on the stream. Right, I don't know whether we have got Cam, which is slightly annoying. I know it's 75, and I know the hint you made, Mr. Noodle. I'm very much aware of the hint that you made. Gareth has just realised the hint you have made as well. That's why you can hear Gareth.
It's only because I've just read
That's
it.
why you can hear Gareth chuckling in the background. But I don't think we're going to be able to have Cam join us, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we'll have a chat with Constant Ryan. Shane, what a race!
Yo.
Talk us through it, bro.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually pumping sweat right now. It was unreal, and well done to Leclerc. He deserved that. Great drive from him. But yeah, I battled with Cam. I spun. I locked the rears, and I crashed a couple of times. It was great. Actually enjoyed it. But the last, I'd say 7 laps, I was just on the limit the whole time. I actually checked the lap times because I'm fairly sure it was pretty decent. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. But as soon as I went on the hards, the entire balance of the car changed. I just could not. It took me 5 laps to get used to it, and by the time that happened, then the damage is already done. But yeah, really enjoyed it. The pole lap was quite nice to just whip that one out there. But yeah, really fun.
Definitely was. Definitely some entertaining racing for myself and Gareth to be able to comment on. Whew. Yeah, you say you put the car on pole. As we say, it's become a bit of a meme in the SFR comms box. Constant Ryan doing Constant Ryan things, putting the car on pole position. You had those battles with Cam, you had those battles with Kizlevsko. You got yourself a second place to start off the season. Sure, that must feel good.
Oh yeah, like I always just struggle around Australia in any game. I think the best I've ever done around Australia is like 9th or 10th actually. I always struggle. But yeah, second is like a win to me. It's a shame about. I knew there was going to be a safety car. I got an absolutely unreal start. Got away. I was starting to up my pace in the medium. I was like, oh, this is going good. And then my teammate crashed in front of a safety car. I was like, oh, I'm screwed now. So yeah, I knew the hards would go to the end. I just wasn't sure. I knew it'd be marginal between the, staying out and then paying for hards, which it was. You saw where Leclerc was there. I think if I hadn't spun overtaken Cam, I could have been just about winning it, but coulda, shoulda, woulda. It's only one place, and it's only with the MotoGP points too. It's only 5 points lost, so I'm really happy with the start of that. And yeah, on to Abu Dhabi, another track I hate. So it should be fun.
Indeed, next week we will be in Abu Dhabi. You say it's a track you hate, but you seem to turn up on some of the tracks that you say you hate. If last season was anything to go by, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I tend to put in a bit more effort because obviously I'm not great at it, so I practice a little bit more first. That's kind of why. Make your worst tracks your best tracks in a way, but that's not going to happen. But that's the goal. But it won't happen. But I'll try anyway. So.
There you go, Gareth. You got anything you'd like to ask Constant Ryan?
I mean, you're kind of a dominant force in SFR. Obviously, Flying Caveman's kind of new. He's come around the outside of you. Did you think, why is this guy not respecting me? Or did you think, oh, fair play, he's just fighting every inch of the track?
Oh yeah, I'd rather fight every inch of the track. I know Flying Cave. I think he did a couple of wildcards last year or something, so I'm aware of him. So I just decided to let him go. At one stage, like, okay, go up and piss off Jamie, hold him up and whatnot, because that'll actually help me out in the end. But it would if I hadn't done a full 360. But yeah, that's kind of the thinking behind it. It's like, oh, if he gets me fair and square, lose as little time as possible, let him go, There's just no point battling someone who's on a tire compound that's 1.5 seconds quicker than you. You're just kind of wasting your own time in a way. But if I was able to take the position back, I would, obviously, because I thought I was well in the inside there, so that's why I took it back. But yeah, it was good fun. Very well done as well. I'm not sure where he finished, actually. Fifth, so yeah, great try for him.
And lastly, I guess, obviously you said you were really happy with your qualifying lap, but your main rivals just seemed to wilt on their final run. Were you ever thinking, I have to go back out again?
No, I knew once I did. I just kind of wanted to get a clear track and kind of do it myself. That's kind of what I aim for. I think the best I've done was a 19.9. But I don't think I wasn't too far away from it. But yeah, I tend to only just focus on what I'm doing. I can only do the best I can. So
fair enough. Well, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Constant Ryan. And now to our race winner, the perfect weekend, we shall say, for TS Leclerc. 2 different types of race, 2 wins, Jay. Congratulations, mate.
Same manufacturer as well. Yeah, extremely happy. I seem to have some good pace on the mediums at the start as well. So I was just happy I could keep Cam honest in the first part of the race. When the safety car came out, I thought, well, there goes that. I was thinking maybe I should have gone on the hards, but just stuck with it. Managed to pull a fairly decent gap after the safety restart. Nice. Safety car restart. Managed to get it up to a few seconds, and then Caveman on them softs was absolutely flying. So when he got to me at turn 3, just lifted off, broke a bit earlier, let him through to lose as much time as to not lose as much time, and then pitted a lap after that, and yeah, Caveman stayed out a lot longer than I thought he would. I went onto the mediums, so managed to undercut him. So yeah, really good weekend.
Was indeed, of course, combining that with the ACC win from last night. In the Aston Martin again. But yeah, you say you were happy to be able to keep Cam honest. Were you surprised that the leaders came into the pits during that safety car period, leaving you out on your own?
Yeah, everyone pitted but Tom Gorian, so I was a little bit surprised. I am quite surprised that no one, I think other than myself, went for the medium soft. It's quick around here, and yeah, it kind of took me by surprise when I was like, oh, everyone's boxed. Have I made a mistake, or have they made a mistake? As it turns out, it seemed to be they made the mistake and managed to stay out of trouble. Had a little bit of a spicy moment with Tom Gorian into turn 3, where I felt he turned in quite early, to be honest. The move was gonna happen, but yeah, I got the move done in the end anyway. Yeah, and when I was on them softs, I just head down, full concentration, quali lap after quali lap, and I think I got the fastest lap in the end as well. So
indeed, a 1:22.968 fastest lap of the Grand Prix. So the extra point there for you as well, on top of the 25 for winning tonight's race. Looking forward, Abu Dhabi next week. Have you been able to drive it yet on the new game?
other than Breaking Point, no. But from what I've driven on Breaking Point, it doesn't feel as bad as it did last year. Just hopefully, fingers crossed for another full grid and another entertaining race.
Indeed, definitely definitely an entertaining and interesting race from all involved. G, anything for our race winner before we wrap things up?
Yeah, just quickly, just one question. I won't go into too much detail on this, but from nearly like being dumped out of Q3. Q3? Q1. Which one was the first one?
Q1.
Q1. Yeah, Q1. Being nearly dumped out of Q1, you had to set 4 laps. You were close to being dumped out. What was your thoughts process through that, considering, you've now just won the race?
I'll keep it PG. I wasn't quite happy. Just couldn't get a lap together, and when I finally did, the tyres were 3 laps old, 4 laps including the out lap. And I'm surprised I actually went, I think I was 2 tenths off of Constant Ryan at the end of Q1. So had that have been a clean lap on lap 1, it might have been a bit closer. But yeah, I don't think I was in the right mindset for qualifying. But I managed to sort that out in the next sessions, start on the mediums, which is a better tyre, and yeah, managed to qualify 3rd in Q3 as well. I was up on my time in Q3, and then turn 11 hit me.
Well, congratulations, mate. You've taken victory. Double nights on SFR, in 2 different formats, so you deserve a lot of praise.
Thank you very much. It's good to have you in the comment box as well.
Cheers, mate. Back to Kieran.
Thank you, G. And yes, massive congratulations to TS Leclerc for picking up the race win in round 1 here of Season 5. Of course, congratulations as well to Cam, who finishes in 3rd. Fortunately, unable to join us for a post-race interview. But I'm sure he'll be very, very happy with that 3rd place. But that is going to be all we have time for this week, ladies and gents. And massive, massive thanks to every single one of you for coming along and watching. Special thanks to Gareth for coming to join me in the comms box today in place of TES Swayze. It's been an absolute honour having you in here, and hopefully you will come and join us again in the comms box another time.
It's been a pleasure doing it with you, Kieran. It's been really nice. So yeah, and it won't be long till you take my place in F1 XL as well, I think.
We'll see. We will see. I wouldn't want to take your job away from you, my friend. But as we say, guys, that is all we've got time for. Massive thanks to all of you for jumping in, for all of the races as well, for giving us fantastic racing to be able to commentate on. But from myself, Kieran Wright 92, and Warder, this has been SFR Season 5, Round 1 from Australia.